Hello, did you mean to click on this video? This isn't extreme couponing, this is a thrifting video. I'm Carrie, aka American Arbitrage. I am a full-time reseller. I grab weird carts, I go through big buildings with a bunch of junk, and I look for stuff that I can sell online, hopefully for a profit. In this video, I'm going to mix in a few days of footage of me shopping at this Savers thrift store, showing you what I found to flip online, and also just weird stuff I saw, and pure nightmare fuel. Pure, unadulterated nightmare fuel. Why was that made at all? This looks like a willow tree. It's fake. There's a lot of fake willow tree stuff. And in general, willow tree is a brand that isn't as hyped or isn't as big as it once was. I used to sell that quite a bit. Here's something pretty cool that my girlfriend Dawn, aka Lady Arbitrage, found. This is a Princess Diana and Prince Charles paperweight. Pretty cool, from the early 80s. $10.99 though. I wanted to get this. It's not really worth much more than $8 or $10 plus shipping. It's pretty neat. I like historical stuff. I would have liked to have bought that for $1 or $2, but at that price, it's way too much. Here's another item I wanted to get that's priced right about at what the eBay market rate is. The problem is that's not the thrift store market rate. It's not very likely they're going to get $11.99 for a vintage, not super vintage, Clinton Portis jersey. I would have loved to have picked this up for a couple bucks at like a Goodwill bin and sold it for around $10 to $15 plus shipping, but unfortunately at $12, it's just way too much. Some Real Salt Lake stuff. I'm looking at it. That stuff just doesn't sell that well. Real Salt Lake's not a big name nationwide for MLS. In the hat section, I am looking for snapbacks. That's what I like. Fitted stuff's pretty much out of style. Looking for good snapbacks. I am a sucker for a good hat. Occasionally even overpaying and, even not making that much money. It happens to all of us. There's like some part of the thrift store or some part of flipping that you just love and sometimes you overpay for. But I love getting myself a good hat. Speaking of a good hat, Dawn found this one, Pendleton. Pendleton's great wool hat right here. It's kind of like a paperboy Newsies style hat. And the price, surprisingly, for Savers is really good. It's like $2.50 or $2.99. We're going to be able to put this on eBay and get somewhere around $15 to $20 plus shipping. If you all checked out my podcast with my buddies, the Trash to Cash podcast, it is terrible, but I love to do it. I'm doing it with the NC Builder and also Commonwealth Auctions, both really, really small YouTube accounts, but we're trying to get them built up through the power of the podcast. It's a very powerful thing. We love talking about reselling. Check it out. I'm in the toy section, guys. You know how much I love to flip toys. They're easy to ship. That's the main thing. I'm lazy and they're easy to ship. I love Monster Jams. This is like $7, I think, for 3 figures. I strongly thought about it because that arm Monster Jam, the muscle one right there, is worth almost the whole bag. But I decided to pass, just didn't want to deal with it. As an avid thrifter, I oftentimes think about how to control my time in life. And it seems like Starkey got the hang of it enough to donate this book, but at 99 cents, that's far too much money for me to, go through the trouble of figuring that out. I see what you're doing, thrift store. You knew if you put these Power Rangers in a bag for me, I would buy them at $4.99. I can definitely make a profit on these on Whatnot or eBay. And you're going to see that bag of Monster Jams in the cart. I promise I put that back. And here we go. We find some more toys here. These are Little People, Fisher-Price. These are the Disney ones. Look out for the Disney Little People, the Fisher-Price toys. At $3.99, I got a bunch of princesses and a Cinderella in the cart. I should be able to get like $15 to $20 on this, plus shipping, maybe even a little bit more. Solid purchase for toys. These cars right here are PJ Masks. These cars aren't really worth picking up, but if you see the figures, especially a big bag of them, I'd pick them up at the right price, like $3 or $4. One of my favorite aspects of reselling is there is endless niches you can get into. If you wanted to take the time and go through all of these cars, look them up on eBay, and become an expert on Matchbox, Lesney, Hot Wheels, Redlines, all that stuff, you can, and you could even make a full-time living if you wanted to become an expert on that. I know a little bit, just enough to make myself dangerous, but if you really wanted to take the time, there is a lot of money in hundreds of different resale niches. That's why I believe we'll never run out of stuff to flip, because there's so much stuff out there. Thank you all for sitting through my pontificating TED Talk. Next up, I found this Tiana Funko Pop for $2.99. That's right on the edge of whether I should buy it or not. I decided to get it, and I should be able to make $2, $3, maybe $4 profit on it. Dawn is calling me over because she found some weird, strange Build-A-Bear llama unicorn thing. We love finding Build-A-Bears. The problem is at Savers, they're typically overpriced. I think they usually want like $4 to $8 each plush. That one wasn't quite worth it at that price, But if we find these at the DI or Goodwill for $1 or $2, we love to pick them up. They had a bunch of Build-A-Bears today. Somebody must have donated a whole collection. This one's from 2007. That's the old foot tag. It's a talking one. I doubt it still works, but maybe if you put batteries in it, it'll do well. There's another Build-A-Bear under it, that pink one. There's another one to the side of it, the multicolored Build-A-Bear right here. Dawn looked this one up, and we also decided it wasn't worth the time. To all you new resellers and flippers and thrifters, remember, the more you do this, the more you develop an eye for this. We knew this was good the second we saw it, a Hallmark Valentine's dog singing. It works, and at $2.99, it's a no-brainer. We didn't even have to look this up. I imagine we'll get $10, maybe up to $20 plus shipping on it. It's the perfect season with Valentine's Day coming up. This is a bit of a Savers anomaly right here. We found an awesome, really cool, scratchy Universal Studio plush from The Simpsons, and just wait till you check out the price. $1.99. I don't know what was going on. I'm not going to ask any questions, but we lucked out on this. This should be about $20 or so, $18 to $20 plus shipping. We also found this Harley bear. If you guys know me, I'm a big motorcycle guy, and by motorcycle guy, I mean I know absolutely nothing about Harleys, and I don't ride motorcycles. I'm deathly scared of them, but this is $5.99. We thought it was cute. We're going to pick it up and see if we can't flip it. Next up, I encounter only what I can describe as thrift store catnip. Lego. Anytime I see Lego, I know it's going to be overpriced and just totally and completely random. The only time I find and buy totes like these at 9 or 10 or 20 or more is when they have minifigures. If it's a giant bag of minifigures, I will buy those at the right price and flip them individually typically. But those random pieces, you might get that at a Lego store. Maybe they'll get it, but that's just way too much for me to flip. Hey, have you heard about the new sensation sweeping the nation? Beanie Babies. People are waiting for hours outside of Toys R Us and pretzel makers just to get one of these. Leave your pager number down below and I'll hit you up when the next drop happens. So this next item caught my eye as I was walking by. First off, because the price was right, $1.99, and that symbol right there, it's Octonauts. I've sold Octonauts in the past. They sell pretty well. This is the Octo Lab, and I should be able to get somewhere between $15 and maybe $25 plus shipping on it, so not bad at all. Oh, poor sweet Porg. Like the Ewok before you, you have been replaced as the cute one. Grogu now rules upon a golden throne. Now you're at the thrift store. Sorry, buddy. One of my favorite thrift store activities is getting excited for a jersey, finding out it's a player who sucks and it's also overpriced. This is a really cool alternate Eagles jersey for Carson Wentz, but the price is like $19.99. And just as a bonus question, who do you think Carson Wentz will ruin the season for next year? Let's go to the electronics section, shall we? Because I wanna be a cool kid. Yikes. Meh. That was boring. I have to go check out these VHSs because honestly, I don't want Kevin, the Commonwealth picker, flipper, auction house, to get mad at me. And as I'm looking, I noticed one of my favorite movies as a kid, Newsies, back when I was in theater. Before my musicals, I used to listen to Santa Fe from Newsies almost every performance. I'd sing it, I'd get hyped up, and then I'd do a mediocre performance. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Check out this adorable Oscar the Grouch. Dawn here is showing me how cute and adorable it is, and I agree. It was $1.99. We didn't even look it up, but honestly, I think we can get at least $10 plus shipping on it. Cute items like that sell really well. And then this is a little hot dog guy. We didn't look this up either. I don't know if that's wise, but at $2.99, we think we can make a few dollars profit. This is something we can throw in our Whatnot auction, for example, and probably do well. If you made it to this point in the video, wow. It might be time to reevaluate some of your choices, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. I wanted to share something with you before I ended this video. I wouldn't say a big haul or a big flip, but it was one of my favorite ones of the last couple months. I'm going to share a TikTok with you showing what I got and what my plan was and how it worked out. One of my favorite things to do is buy football cards and flip them during the playoffs. Check this out. I got these Evan McPherson rookie cards at the card show yesterday for 50 cents each. He's the kicker for the Cincinnati Bengals. I sold the first one when he hit the go-ahead field goal at the end of the fourth for $5 plus shipping. Then I thought I should up it, and he hit the game winner. I sold the rest for $10 each plus shipping. Not all card purchases work out this way, but it's fun when they do. These aren't my biggest ticket sales, but they are my favorite. Flipping sports cards like mid-playoff game is exciting and it's wild. And honestly, there's no comps at all at this point, so you're just guessing. I'm like, will they pay 10? Will they pay 20? I actually have one more of those Evan McPherson base cards I have up at 20, and it still hasn't sold a couple days later. But I'm waiting for the Super Bowl. We're going to see what happens. But I just wanted to share that with you. I love flipping sports cars, probably my favorite thing to flip overall. There's a lot of money to be in it, and if you're a sports person and know a lot about it, you can make some good money flipping it. I appreciate you guys all being here. Please take a second to like and subscribe this video. I appreciate you all. Catch you next time.